In fact, that might work. That might work quite well, and we can use half a sheet. We're actually going to glue. We're going to glue the suede onto this thick, self-adhesive 10mm foam board, and the reason for that is that's going to be really quite rigid and give it a lot of strength, and we're going to make vertical sides to the box. And I've made a little ledge just on the inside here, and that's why I was cutting out this foam that way, because what I wanted to do was make a ledge so that we could put a piece of foam in that slot, and once that's got a piece of suede on the front of it, it's going to really give a lot of strength, and then we can make cross bracing pieces that are going to go inside the frame. But you'll have a look at that when I actually get round to it. Right now I'm just going to get the glove onto the suede, and then we'll get into the assembly part. So what I'm going to do here is just stick down some of the suede board onto some of this 10mm foam board, and this is actually going to be the vertical section. So I just wanted something that was a bit stronger than the normal 5. So we're coming down, we'll just stick that straight on and then cut some strips. These are going to sit up underneath the mat board and make the sides of the box. They're going to lead the way back. Now, so I get this nice and square, I'm going to trim it on my large javelin cutter, but if you were doing this yourself, you'd want to make sure that you got it true and vertical. And some of the Foamworks cutting tools are actually quite good if you were going to make something like that at home, where you wanted to cut 10mm through thick foam board and actually keep it at 90 degrees. It's quite a challenge to do it with just a Stanley knife or a utility knife, but with some of those Foamworks tools they actually work quite well for cutting those deeper sections. But as I've got the luxury of having a great machine here with me today, so I'm just going to trim up some strips. The strips that I'm making, I'm going to make 110mm wide, which will be wide enough to encompass the full depth of the glove. So the glove is going to be set back and it won't touch the glass in any way. So here I'm just going to split this up into pieces, and then we're going to line it inside the frame, and we'll see how we progress. So just going to measure up my we might come to 120. So we might come a little bit deeper. We might come down to we've got the mats. We go 120. So I don't cut this in one go, I cut it in several passes. So this is going to be one of the side lining pieces. We need to make a few of those. I'm just going to use the first one to line up the second. So these are identical, and so when we build the box around inside the frame, it's actually all going to line up very nicely. It's going to look good. It's going to give a lot of support to being 10 millimeters thick. Go again. Yeah, we've actually got 2 of these to make today. One is going into Tyrone's personal collection, and the other is being auctioned. And Tyrone's very generously donated the glove. So yeah, another strip. So we've got a few strips. We're going to cut these up, and these are going to become the pieces. Wonder if we can get one more out of there. If we have to, we'll be able to use one end of that. But yeah, I think we're going to have enough. So what's going to happen? These are going to be the side walls. This is going to be the back piece that we're going to put the glove onto. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the piece of suede board on there. That's going to give us that side where we're going to put the glove. So at this stage I am using a big piece because often later on, whenever you've got a void inside a picture frame, things tend to buckle and there can be other problems. So we like to make sure there are no little gaps where something might cause a problem. And so even though I'm just sticking half a piece of suede board on here, I will fill that later on so that we end up with a very solid and durable picture frame. So that's going to be the backing. These pieces are what's going to go inside here. They'll stand up. The glove is going to sit in that little red suede box, so it's really going to work quite well. So we'd made both windows just to give some symmetry to it. We were trying to come up with the design. He wanted his pictures in there, he wanted his logo in there, he wanted everything to work. So what we did is we thought, well, if we print this, so we've controlled the printing here, if we print this to this size, then at least what we can do is we can cut a hole the same size as the printing, so it will actually look symmetrical, and we have the name in the middle and the glove here, and the photo of the 2 guys that actually signed, or the 3 guys that have signed the glove, Tyrone in the middle, Shane Webke here on the left, and Andrew G on the right. So it's going to be quite good. We've actually got it all happening. Just going to actually make a few holes in this suede board now, so that I can stitch this glove on and get it in the right position. So I just wanted to lay that on top, so then I'm able to judge. There is a room for a little bit of adjustment, of course. You always make allowances, but I just want to visually see where it will sit, how it will look. You know, we could even have it on an angle. No, I think we'll just keep it straight in this. Tyrone was looking at it straight, so we're going to go straight. So that's where we're going to put it. Then I'm just going to grab my punch. We're going to make a little hole